Professional streamer, by the way. Ooh, ooh. Juwun, flavors fruitiest, juiciest, manliest, and most forgetful. Wow. Most forgetful femboy VTuber Juwun ℙ𝕒𝓿𝓃 at your service. Juwun, you know, I just haven't streamed in a while. I forgot. I have to open this other program, which I didn't open. I'm just out of practice. But hello, Count 7. Hello, Random Perv. Hello, Nimby. Hello, Rasta Leland. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the $2. Right. I can see live chat. Hello, Chaha. Hello, Lord Bees. Hello. And that is it. Juwun. I'm out of practice. We're getting the gears lubricated here. We're getting warmed up. This is the warm-up stream. The previous stream was the pre-warm-up stream. This here is the warm-up stream V2. You know, the thing that I problem with my new chat is that the donos just stay forever. Let's see if we could. We'll just let that sit there for a while. It's gonna obstruct my face though. I need a better live chat thingy. But hello. How is everyone doing this evening? Me, I am sort of kind of disappointed. I was expecting like a massive plot leak. Like a really long plot type abstraction. I was expecting a long plot. It was very short. The leaks are not very big. Disappointingly so, it's just like one page of leaks. So I guess we can figure out what to do after that. Probably, you know, we'll see. You know, I do end up yapping a little bit too much. So, you know, maybe we can stretch this one out. We can stretch this plot for like a whole episode, a whole stream. If not, we can figure out something to do, you know. I can always play Dune. We can always go return to Arrakis. Speaking of which, I have not built my deep desert base this week yet. Whoa, I need to plug in my charger. I haven't built my deep desert base, so probably we could do that. Probably not. I'm building Red Corsairs. That is a Warhammer thing. We'll end up going down some rabbit hole. Probably. That might just be the case. But who is excited for the upcoming Marvel movie? I know there's Spider-Man showing right now. You know, it's not like I have superhero fatigue. I just have movie fatigue. In general, I don't know. I haven't seen the new Marvel movie. I don't know if I will. Not sure. I might go. Who knows? Disney f's up with little Marvel. They do. The latest Marvel movie is Sony, right? Though. I know Disney. Disney owns some proper rights to K-poop. I know Disney owns some rights to the Spooderman, but isn't this a Sony movie? I know I did like the last. I did like the last. What do you call this? Spider-Man movie. What is it called? No Way Home. You need to watch some old movies. The difference in acting and SFX will make you appreciate. Wait, no, I didn't watch it. It was not a new movie. The other night, I watched. What's the name of that movie? Old Henry. I know it's not It's a Western, okay? It's a Western, but it's I think it's a 2000 and what? 2021. It's a relatively recent movie. It was good. It was good. I'm not gonna spoil what it's about for those who might want to watch it. But it was a Western. It was nice. It was actually a nice movie. Hello, Fredbeck! Hello! Ooh! But yeah, old Henry was a nice movie. I liked it. And I have just been bombarded with a lot of Western clips in my feed on YouTube recently. Like Tombstone. I've been getting so many Tombstone clips recently. I should probably watch Tombstone. The one with Val Kilmer and Russell, what's his name? What do you mean feet? We're not talking about feet. Tombstone. Oh, Kurt Russell. There you go. Kurt Russell. The Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. That movie. I did not speak of feet. I don't think I've ever mentioned feet. I'd rather keep hating instead. Hating on the Disney movies. I don't know. I did like the previous Spider-Man movie. Because they brought Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Which is probably still the best Spider-Man. I don't know. It could just be nostalgia, but isn't... I don't care. I don't care if you agree or disagree. The original Sam Raimi trilogy. How do you pronounce it? Sam Raimi? Not related to Raimi. But I think that was still the best Spider-Man movie. Again, I'm not super familiar with the Spider-Man verse, Spider-Man world. I do understand like the broad strokes, the character, the different Spider-Man. Speaking of which, like there is a lot of Spider-Man multiverse cartoons, right? I haven't seen any of those either. Those did get a lot of praise, but excuse me, I haven't seen any of those. Like the Miles Morales verse. Is that Into the Spider-Verse? I don't know. I have not seen Into the Spider-Verse. So I'm not like really excited to see the Spider-Man movie. I might watch it. I don't know. I know Supergirl was trash. That's what I keep on hearing. The latest Supergirl, which is very sad because you know what? I love DC. I am more of a DC guy than a Marvel. I'm not exactly a Marvel person. I will watch Marvel. I read some Marvel comics. There are some Marvel stories that are interesting. But yeah, no. I don't even like Lobo. I don't like Lobo, okay? This is maybe a hot spicy take, but I don't like Lobo. I don't like Lobo as a character. Definitely better. The original Lobo is definitely better than the new 52 Lobo. But I still don't like Lobo. Give me some Superman. I just like Superman. He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. I heard that it was okay. I heard that movie was okay, but I didn't see it. Like I'm not a big moviegoer. The only movie I'm excited for this year is Dune. I am only excited for Dune. I might not see the Avengers movie, but I will go see Dune. I still don't like how it tried to relate back to Earth. So I am not familiar at all with the Masters of the Universe. It's not set on Earth. It's like the Masters of the Universe set on what? Eternia? Is it called Eternia? I don't know what it's called, but so apparently it's not supposed to be set on Earth. Is that what you're saying? Anyway, I'm only excited for the Dune movie this year, and I will be so happy. He-Man is an Amazon Prime that I might be able to see it then. I might be able to see it. Masters of the Universe is on Eternia, and only connection to Earth is He-Man's mom. Okay. The most annoying thing about Sony, they made older Spider-Man games unavailable. Oh, that's what I heard about. I'm not a gamer, so I don't have a PlayStation, I don't have an Xbox. But that's what I hear. Like they're getting rid of the digital copies. Is that true? So that is theft. Is it theft? I mean, you've paid for it. You've paid for the game. And they're just taking it away from you. It's not set on Earth. Okay. I did not know that. I have not seen a single Masters of the Universe cartoon. I know there are a bunch of them. Well, I may have seen one, I just don't remember. I just don't remember the plot. It's morally justified to pirate content from Sony, Disney, and Microsoft. What do they call that? Ethical piracy? I will ethically pirate on stuff. Like if I were to watch, I don't know, if I were to watch like a Disney movie, I might just ethically piracy it, because I don't have a Disney account. I'm not even sure if I'll watch the Avengers movie, but I know I will watch Dune, and I'm hoping that Dune will rake in more money than Avengers. Imagine how amazing it'll be. Like the Avengers, I don't know how much it costs. It's probably costing loads of money. Like the video where they have all the seats with all the different actors. They have like so many actors. They must be paying them like hundreds of dollars each. Wait, no, probably only RDJ is getting hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars. So probably him, but you know, there are lots of them and they get paid lots of money, so I don't know. I hope the Dude movie outperforms the Avengers movie. I am just tribalistic that way. Very big on the tribalism this June. But I really hope Dune will do better. Hopefully I'll still be playing Dune then. There might be some crossover. Who knows? They might throw in some kind of cosmetic, which I will have to purchase. Not exactly free to play there. But we can look at this stupid plot. It's very short. Look at this. Look at this. There. I love to move myself. There, I'll move myself here. This is it. Those are the leaks. I went over to here and they did like expound it some more. So I don't know which is better. Just reading this one or going here. We might do a little bit of both. Big Makuma. Juwun will dominate the box office and Doomsday will crash the economy by how much money he'll lose. Yay! Also, hello, Big Makuma. I'm hoping that Dune will dominate, really. Hit a stopping point. You can have my attention now. What do you mean, hit a stopping point? Wait, are you driving? Well, focus on the driving. Drive safe. I don't want to cause a accident here. Oh, you're good. Yeah, you're working on your Corsairs. Okay. How can you work on your Corsairs and drive at the same time? But we can read the plot here. What if I just moved myself over here? And then we made the chat box a little smaller. Okay, now it looks weird. All right, we'll see if that works. But this apparently is the full plot. The full plot of the Avengers movie. Wait, I need to zoom out. There. It just there. It's just literally one page. Why can't I fit this whole thing? There you go. They even have spelling errors. The full plot decryption. Full plot decryption of Avengers Doomsday. I think for those who are already familiar with the comics, again, this is a very old, it's based, not exactly very old, but it's like over 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago or about 10 years ago. I bet this is a fake leak. I don't know. I'm gonna read through it and then we'll figure out. Because here's what I think. Here's what I think. I'm already somewhat familiar with Dr. Victor Von Doom, and here's my speculation. Okay, let's switch windows here. Oh, let's just go back to the other one. Here's my speculation. I am very speculating. Much English, very word. But I highly speculate that this is gonna be based off Secret Wars. Hello, Raz. Hello. I'm good. How about you? Let's make you bigger. Now here is my speculation, my thoughts. It's gonna be based on Secret Wars, because that is what the original plot was supposed to be, right? I know they were gonna do some. I know they were gonna do something Secret Wars related. Like when they revealed the timeline and stuff. Eventually, there was going to be Secret Wars. Could be better, but I'm okay. Oh, let's make you better. I don't know. I'm not sure how I can make you better, but hopefully this little nonsensical stream will make it a little better for you tonight. They've changed the game plan. They have, because their main bad guy had some allegations. I remember their main bad guy, the Kang guy. The actor playing Kang, who was supposed to be the next big bad guy, had some allegations thrown his way. Or did he go to jail? I'm not sure. Either jail or allegations. I have no idea. I'm not really following the drama. But he went to jail, so... No, not jail. He had some drama associated with him, so they had to change it. He went to Daily Wire? That can't be real. That can't be real. You're dead serious? What's his name? What is this actor's name? What happened to the actor? What happened to the Kang actor playing Kang in Marvel? He was fired by Marvel Studios after being found guilty of assault and harassment. Oh, that's it. What's his name? Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors. Daily Wire. Wait, Daily Wire? There is a Daily Wire. Is staging his acting comeback starring in Hide Run Fight. So he is. He is starring in a Daily Wire movie. Interesting. Alright, I didn't know Daily Wire was that big now. Weird. It seems like they do got, you know, the actors that fall out from Hollywood. Like Gina Carano, is that how you pronounce her name? Like she got canceled in Hollywood from the Mandalorian. I did pronounce that inaccurately with intentionally. But the Mandalorian, she got canceled for, I don't know, her beliefs, saying stuff. I'm not sure. But then she starred in a Daily Wire movie. And then now you have Jonathan Majors starring in a Daily Wire movie. But back to my suspicions. I do think this is gonna be based off Secret Wars. So let's see what happens. But basically in Secret Wars, the different universes are basically crashing towards each other. Juwun gonna get cancelled for pronouncing the TV show wrong to avoid being sued. It's the Manrodarian. The Manrodarian. Whatever. But yeah, basically in Secret Wars, the universes are coming to crash into each other, which is not explained at first. But then the heroes have to prevent the universes from crashing each other. But then they realize that in order for their universe to survive, they have to destroy the ℙ𝕒𝕗𝓚. The ℙ𝕒𝕗𝓚. There you go. The Manherodian. I know it is whatever it is. I know it's the Mandalorian, okay? I was mispronouncing it intentionally. But basically, right, in order to save your universe, you have to destroy the other universe. I do remember this scene. I do remember like a scene in the comic book where they realized that in order to save their universe, they have to destroy another universe. Captain America even tries to... He gets the Infinity Gauntlet and he tries to, you know, prevent the universe from crashing to each other, but the not even the Infinity Gauntlet is able to stop it. This is so stupid. The power scaling, that's another thing about comics. Power scaling is so, I don't know, so very wonky. But not even the Infinity Gauntlet can stop the incursion, so they have to destroy the other universe, which falls to the hands of the bad guys. So basically the bad guys save the Earth, because the bad guys are willing to destroy the other universe. And then it's revealed like the Beyonders are behind it, right? So the Beyonders, the cosmic entities are starting to die. They're getting killed off one by one. The most shocking thing I remember back in the day was seeing the Living Tribunal dead. Like, seeing the Living Tribunal dead on the moon. That was very shocking. Isn't one of the strongest characters in Marvel, like a 5-year-old? Yes, that's Franklin Richards, son of Mr. Fantastic. That other thing is super nonsense. That's another nonsense thing. But really shocking to see the Living Tribunal dead, because those who know, the Living Tribunal is probably like basically next to God. The Living Tribunal is the most powerful being, at least in the past. In the past, the Living Tribunal was the most powerful being. But then he's dead. They find him dead on the moon. And then they find out there are these Beyonders. The Beyonders are killing everyone off. Killing the cosmic beings. So they're killing, like, was it the Watcher? I don't know. Not just the Watcher, but although I'm not really familiar with all the cosmic beings, but they're getting killed. Was Odin getting killed? Odin probably was getting killed too. But all the gods are dying left and right, blah 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 blah. And it find out that they're the ones responsible. So the Beyonders are the one responsible for the universe, for the universes. But then Doctor Doom, conspiring through history, through timeline nonsense, magical blah blah blah. He actually does the Uno Reverso. He does the Uno Reverso on the Beyonders, and then the Beyonders get murdered. This is so stupid. Like this is like the ultimate nonsense. Comic power scaling gets so stupid. That is true. So the Beyonders who Wuxia power scaling. That is very true. It's crazier than that. Because the Beyonders killed the Living Tribunal, and the Living Tribunal bullied, like he can bully Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, Infinity Gauntlet Thanos is nothing. compared to the living tribunal. But then these Beyonders, there are multiple of them, so there are many of them, they get murked by some nonsense BS. And so by the molecule man, I think it's like some molecule man shenanigans. Actually, the plan of the Beyonders was to use the molecule man as a bomb. I don't even know. Sansa bullies Thanos. Thanos is a jobber, which makes sense because he's based off Darkseid, who is the ultimate jobber. But really, when you think about it, no one's really beating Darkseid. They're just beating avatars. They're just beating avatars of Darkseid. But then, after everything is finished, oh yeah, the Molecule Man. Another nonsense character, the Molecule Man, who is apparently as powerful as Infinity Gauntlet now. I don't know. He becomes the ultimate power, and then he gives his power to Dr. Doom, and so now Doom is God, basically. Doom becomes God. He creates his own universe, his new world, and that world is the Battle World. And in Battle World, he is now married to Sue Storm, the wife of Reed Richards, the Mr. Fantastic, and he is now the God King Doom or whatever. So we'll see if that is what it is, but that's what I'm speculating. That is my speculation. That's what I'm guessing, and we're about to find out now. Okay. Avengers. Wait, no. You know what? This is okay. Santa bullies Darkseid. Santa's probably a cosmic entity. Who knows? That's good to know. I'm definitely on Santa's side. Santa side. I do like Darkseid though. I like the concept of Darkseid. I don't like it when Darkseid jobs. I kind of don't like it when Darkseid jobs, but you know, my ultimate cope when Darkseid jobs is that it's not actually Darkseid that's jobbing. It's actually just an avatar. It is an avatar of Darkseid that is jobbing. Wasn't he the latest biggest bad? Wait, not exactly the latest, but I do know like Darkseid again became the ultimate big bad guy. Canonically, he gives him a lump of coal every year. That knocks his confidence slightly. Very nice. Destroys Darkseid planetary defenses every year to give him one lump of coal. This is the very super inconsistent writing, right? Is Apocalypse a planet or is Apocalypse a dimension? Because if you're to look at I don't know if this is still the same thing. New 52 multiverse map. Give me a bigger one. Show me a better map. It's obviously changed. It's no longer the new 52. You had the nonsense convergence and whatnot and rebirth and whatever. You even have the dark multiverse. But it is this image. Can we get a bigger image of this one? Oh, you're missing the image. Tap to enlarge. This is the image I wanted to look at. Why is there no bigger one? Planet. There's whatever the hell. You know, here, let me show you, because this is the most confusing part of it all. Thank you, Grant Morrison, for making it so confusing. It's so low quality. My goodness. High definition. That is not how you spell definition. Thank you, Reddit. Once again, saved by Reddit. There we go. Okay, let's go. There. So this is the map of the multiverse. This is the map of the DC multiverse, okay? Here you have the main universe, which is Earth 1. Where's Earth Prime? I know like the main universe, at least in this time, was 1. Where's Earth Prime? I have no idea, but basically all of these circles you see, these are not planets, these are universes. So every circle there is a universe. That looks like the Toon universe. There's whatever the hell Absolute is. Here you have the Bizarro universe. Like lots of different universes, right? But this is the multiverse where all the different versions of the universe exist. But on a higher level, you have the sphere of the gods. You have a bigger sphere. So the sphere of the gods, the dimension of the gods, is bigger or a higher dimension compared all these to the universes here. And here you have Apocalypse. Like literally you have Apocalypse just sitting here. So Apocalypse is bigger than the universe. So is Apocalypse, look, Apocalypse is hell. Like Apocalypse is on the same thing with hell. Like it's on the same level. So hell, heaven, New Genesis. You have Apocalypse here, New Genesis. So these are not simply planets. So it's very confusing. Is Apocalypse a planet? Is Apocalypse a dimension on the sphere of the gods? Universes are just an excuse to have different stories. Apocalypse, no. Hello, ℓ𝕏𝕏. Hello. This is DC. This is DC. This is not Marvel. I don't know how we got here. How did we get here anyway? Anyway, yeah, we got here because we were confused by Apocalypse. But Apocalypse, is it a planet or is it a dimension? Because look, it's in the same level with Underworld, same level Dream, the realm of Morpheus. So this is actually a dimension. These things are as big as the multiverse. So all of these 52 universes, right? All these 52 universes are just a tiny thing, like compared to the realm of the gods. And above the realm of the gods, you have the monitor sphere. This mythology looks like nonsense. This is the nature of comics. I kind of like it though. And I wish they stuck with it. But they went crazy. They went absolutely crazy because they also have the dark multiverse. There is no dark multiverse map, but they also have the dark multiverse. What is this? Oh, this is Marvel. This here is Marvel, okay. But Superman and Wonder Woman can still contend with them, right? So, I do like Grant Morrison's, what is Grant? Mythology. I guess we can use mythology. I do like Grant Morrison's mythology because when the prophecy is that Darkseid and his son Orion are going to fight to the death. And then Darkseid will die, whatever. And the dying Darkseid, he died. As he dies, he falls onto the multiverse. Like he falls from this realm. He falls from over here. He starts falling onto the multiverse, and then the end of days begins. Like there's like, it's called Final Crisis. Because there's this crisis event that the world is ending because Darkseid is falling onto the earth. Now Darkseid falls onto the earth, and from the earth, like he shoots his avatar. Like as he dies, he's dying. He's falling like timey-wimey stuff. It's Grant Morrison. It's Grant Morrison nonsense, but you know, his avatar on Earth, as his body is falling and destroying the whole multiverse, his avatar shoots a bullet to Orion, and Orion dies. So the whole thing. Hello, Vault Ranger. Hello. So the whole thing is triggered by Darkseid Darkseid falling in the future, shooting a bullet to the past, killing Orion in the past, and then Orion falls into the present. It is so confusing. Did you just understand what I said? So, somewhere in the past, Orion and Darkseid fight. Darkseid is killed. Darkseid falls into the multiverse. And then his falling is destroying the multiverse, and his, I don't know, avatar? Is it his avatar or is it him? Not sure, but him there shoots a bullet to the past and he kills his son Orion. And then his Orion falls into the past and the whole thing triggers. Girl soup. Wait, girl soup? Hello, Mitsu. Hello. Okay. Hope that clarified stuff. I'm not sure how clear. I'm not sure. Was that clear? Was that clear at all? Did that explain anything? Or is it still murky? Is it understandable? We were looking at the DC multiverse. That was the DC multiverse. Okay, let's read. Let's read this. Let's start reading. We should have converted this to text. Can I convert this to text? Oh, copy text from image. There we go. I didn't know we could do that. Okay, never mind. Let's read. Avengers Doomsday opens in New York City on Tobey Maguire's. We were just talking about this. This is the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's Earth. He is fighting Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay. Who were sent there with a planet-killing bomb built by beasts to destroy Tobey's world in order to save their own universe from an incursion. There you go. It's the incursion. So, like I suspected, it is obviously like Secret Wars. So incursions are basically universes crashing into each other. Now, I'm not really familiar with the Marvel multiverse, like at least in the movies. There is some Marvel multiverse in the movies, right? Anyone here watch Marvel? Anyone here have Disney Plus? Do you watch the Loki series? Because I know that the Loki series is basically like multiverses. There are different multiverse variants of Loki. So I'm not exactly sure how these incursions work. But that is kind of... You know, one thing I really don't like about... One trope about comic book superheroes that I really don't like are heroes fighting heroes. Now, heroes fighting heroes is a very... I don't know, controversial subject because it brings in a lot of views. When heroes are fighting each other, it's like Batman v Superman. Avengers versus X-Men. Like, that brings in a lot of views. But why, like, heroes fighting each other and now they're trying to kill Tobey Maguire's universe. I remember hearing there's a Batman caveman version in the comics. Yeah, that is not actually a Batman version. That is actually Batman. Because remember the story I told you, like the Darkseid was falling onto Earth and stuff, and Darkseid crashes into the Earth, signaling the end of the world. Batman actually confronts Darkseid there, and Batman shoots Darkseid with the same bullet that he used to kill Orion. But Darkseid also shoots his Omega beams at Batman. Excuse me. So Batman gets hit by the Omega effect, which seemingly kills Batman, but unbeknownst to everyone else, Batman is thrown into the past. So Batman actually does not die. The Omega effect, since Darkseid is a super entity from a higher dimension nonsense, it actually shoots Batman into the past. So the cave Batman is actually Batman. Weird nonsense stuff, but that is the nature of comics. But yeah, I really don't like it when heroes are killing each other. And apparently here, Deadpool and Wolverine. Are these actually the Deadpool and Wolverine? From Deadpool and Wolverine. That's most likely the case. They're even led by Beast, who I believe in the X-Men movies is a senator, right? Isn't Beast a senator? I think Beast is a senator. But imagine that. The X-Men are destroying Spider-Man's world. That is very sad. You know, maybe this leak is intentional. This leak is probably intense to stir up some drama. Because look, Deadpool and Wolverine killing Spider-Man. Anyway, Toby battles Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who manages to plant the device. Wolverine stays behind when it detonates, and both he and Spider-Man, along with everyone on Earth, are killed. So if you're listening to my rant earlier, basically everyone dies, right? Basically everyone dies when the multiverse is destroyed, right? When Doom becomes God, basically. Everyone is zapped out of existence, and then everything is scrambled together in Battle World. Can Thanos snap his fingers again, please? But in the comics, at least, not even the Infinity Gauntlet can stop this. Plot of a Rivals match. I've never even seen a Marvel's Rivals. Never even seen the gameplay of that. Is Thanos there? Do they have Thanos there? That would be interesting. Does he have the Infinity Gauntlet? What is the plot anyway? Isn't Marvel's Rivals like a quote-unquote based game? Okay, snap it a few times or maybe give it a clap or two. In the comics, when Captain America tries to stop an incursion with the Infinity Gauntlet, he tries to stop the incursion with the gauntlet, and the gauntlet breaks. So that's how crazy. That's how crazy this whole ordeal is supposed to be. So he manages to postpone. So he does not stop it. He postpones the incursion, but then the Infinity Gauntlet breaks. In order to stop the incursion, the bad guy, so Thanos, Black Bolt, Namor, and a bunch of other bad guys. I know Black Bolt and Namor are not exactly bad guys, but they're willing to kill, right? So they destroy the other world, the other universe. They are given like world-destroying bombs. Basically in Marvel, Earth is basically the linchpin of reality. If you destroy the Earth, you destroy the whole universe. So they plant the bomb on that Earth, and then that universe is destroyed. The ever-sliding power scaling seems to have gone off the rails. This is the truest of all statements. This is very true. Like earlier, the Infinity Gauntlet is just now nothing. Nothing compared to this incursions where, well, when like 20 years ago, the whole universe, even Eternity, who is the physical embodiment of the whole universe. So Eternity is this character. I don't know how to spell. Do you remember this from the movie? They reduced Eternity into a wish-granting device. So in Thor, was it Love and Thunder? Yeah, Thor Love and Thunder, they turned Infinity into a wish-granting device. But basically Eternity is the physical embodiment of the universe. And then he gets bullied by Thanos. Even Eternity, who is like the physical manifestation of the universe, he gets one-shotted by Thanos. But now Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, of course, with the Infinity Gauntlet. But now in the incursions, the Infinity Gauntlet is absolutely useless. So yeah. But that is the nature of comic books. You always have to one-up yourself. How do you even fix that? It's just like Dragon Ball. It's just like Dragon Ball Z. Like Frieza can... I made a video about this before. I don't know if you guys remember the video. But we tried to put numbers. We tried to play the number game. And the numbers are just ultimately mind-blowing. Like they're supernovas. By the end of the Dragon Ball series, each punch should rival like a supernova explosion. Which is absolutely crazy. But this is even beyond that, because you're talking universal levels. Okay, where were we? Where's Wolverine? Wolverine is fighting. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Wolverine stays behind when it detonates, and both he and Tobey Spider-Man, along with everyone on Earth, are killed. So there you go. Wolverine and Deadpool are responsible for the death of Tobey Maguire's universe. I don't like that trope, like superheroes killing superheroes. I think this is what happens when you can't let people stay dead in a series. Yeah. That's why, like, some stories that are meant... I did hear this before, that stories are supposed to have an ending. Stories that are just meant to go on and on eventually lose meaning. Because an ending is what is supposed to give meaning to the whole thing. And when things just go on forever and ever, they just get lost in their own sauce. It descends into nonsense, like this. Wolverine killing Spider-Man. So Deadpool escapes and returns to his own Earth, which we see in the distance. Charles Xavier watches the destroyed world below him in sadness. But they had no choice. Everyone is fighting, you know, this reminds me of the Joker. The Joker in the Dark Knight, in the original Dark Knight movie. Do you remember that scene in Joker where... I wonder if this Marvel Cinematic Universe, if they ever mentioned the one... they probably haven't. I don't think they have. I've seen the Living Tribunal. The Living Tribunal had like a... in Thor. They do have a picture of the Living Tribunal. And there, the Living Tribunal's over here. That's Death. The Watcher. The Watcher over there. But they're just statues. Here you have the Living Tribunal, you have Death. I can't make out what this thing is. Can't make out that one either. This is the Watcher, obviously. But I don't think they'll include the one above all. I mean, Stan Lee is there. Stan Lee is in the Marvel movie, so I guess you can say he is there. Don't know much about comics, never been too interested. Comics are interesting to me. Okay, what was I yapping about again? I got lost in my own sauce. I felt like I was about to say something significant. Was I waxing eloquent about something and then I got distracted? What was I saying before that? Let me try digging inside my own brain. Something about stories who were meant to have endings, and then stories that don't have endings get lost in their own nonsense, and it descends into nonsense. And then I started reading this one. Deadpool escapes and returns to his own Earth, which we see in the distance. Charles Xavier watches the Oh yeah, I remember now! We were talking about Joker! Okay, that one scene in The Dark Knight, remember? Where Joker has like... There are two like fairies trying to escape Gotham, because Gotham is good at descending into chaos. So they prepared two fairies to escape Gotham. one fairy has the criminals, and then the other fairy has the civilians, and then Joker plants bombs on both of the fairies, and then he gives the detonator to the other fairy, and then Joker is expecting both fairies to go off, right? Because it's either kill or be killed, because if you don't do it, Joker's gonna blow both of them up. But in the end, neither of them choose to detonate the detonator. Neither of the fairies choose to explode. But here, those are just random citizens. Not just random citizens and prisoners. You know that scene where the big black prisoner guy, he approaches the guard and says, "Give that to me. Give me the detonator." And then I believe he chucks it into the water. So they're expecting the criminal to hit the button, because the guard, or the prison guard, is afraid to have the responsibility of destroying a whole ship of people. So he gives it to the prisoner guy. But the prisoner guy, I think he chucks it into the water. I don't remember. But he chooses not to detonate it. So imagine, criminals are not willing to kill the other universe. Not the other. Criminals are not willing to kill the other ship. But look, Charles Xavier and the X-Men. That's why people hate the X-Men. When you really think about it, right? When you really think about it, the X-Men keep on saying, "Oh, we're being persecuted. We're so persecuted. Our rights are being harassment. They are stealing away mutant rights." But what do the mutants do? The mutants do so much trouble in the universe. The mutants cause nothing but trouble. So if you really think about it, the humans do have some concern. It is reasonable for the humans to be concerned about the mutants. Because look at this. The X-Men destroyed a whole universe. Just here. The Sentinels are the good guys. When you think about it, right? When you really think about it, the mutants are up to no good. And not just that, they're superpowered. They have superpowered. Need to make Juwun watch a fan-made Batman movie, Owl's Hollow. Is that based on the Court of Owls? That is one of my favorite Batman, modern Batman stories, the Court of Owls. But basically, look at the X-Men. They just destroyed a whole universe. The X-Men, really, they tried to make you sympathetic for the X-Men, but the X-Men really are a bunch of no ne'er-do-wells. Owlman is actually okay. Owlman, okay. All right. Then we cut to Tony's funeral. That's already happened though. So they go in the past. So this is happening in the past, I guess. So they cut to Tony's funeral. Steve speaks with some of the heroes, including Ant-Man. Before returning with the stones, the Infinity Stones. He goes back in time and chooses to stay with Peggy. Yeah, this is from the Endgame. He tells stays with Peggy. They have a son, Jim. One day, Loki visits them. This is before the Loki season 2 finale. I have no idea. I don't know what happened in the Loki 2 season finale. Loki season 2 finale. He tells Steve about the TVA, the timey-wimey stuff, and warns him that they will soon prune his timeline because Steve was never meant to live there or have a son. They're the ultimate bad guys. What in the world is this TVA? If they're just casually destroying universes for the act of a single person, they're the bad guys. Just think about it. Are the TVA the good guys? They're the bad guys in this story here. And they will soon prune his timeline because imagine killing whole universe just because you didn't like that someone had a son. This is like villain type stuff. Loki offers them a way out. He can take them to a universe where they don't exist and can live in peace. The Fantastic Four's universe. Kinda based. You just like it what? You just like the Marvel universe to die. He tells... Okay, there. Loki offers them a way out. He can take them to a universe where they don't exist and can live in peace. The Fantastic Four universe. Before leaving, Loki gives Steve a special card to contact him. Steve and his family live there for 10 years. What type of rule is this? I don't get it. So why won't the TVA destroy this other universe too? And if they have the power to destroy entire universes, how do you steal their power? Maybe Dr. Doom will still steal their power. Yeah, kinda. Rooting for the bad guys, huh? That's how I got into My Little Pony. I was rooting for their destruction in the first episode, but then I started liking the series. Anyway, what? I watched the first episode of My Little Pony. I was watching it out of hate. I was hate watching, okay? When I got into My Little Pony, I went in there hate watching, and then I was rooting for Nightmare Moon. I wanted Nightmare Moon to defeat the ponies, but then I ended up liking the show. Always root for the villains. But then you end up disappointed because the villains lose. Well, not all villains lose. Some villains win, I think. Wait, what's the story where the villains win? I guess in the Dark Knight or Joker. The first Joker movie. I don't think Joker quote unquote wins. He loses though. They make him lose in the second Joker movie. I have never seen the second Joker movie. Just disappointment most of the time. You're setting yourself up for the disappointment by rooting for the bad guys. But I know how you feel. Like, for example, ℚ𝕗𝓃ℚ. In ℚ𝕗𝓃ℚ, I was rooting for the quote-unquote bad guy the whole time. It was sad. The ending was sad, but it was beautiful. It was a nice ending. Not exactly nice that it didn't end the way I wanted to, but the ending was sort of beautiful for the bad guy. All right, but what is the nonsense here? So the TVA will destroy universes that they don't belong in. So Loki sends them to a universe where they don't belong, and they're completely okay with it. Seems like a double standard here. Yeah, there seems to be a double standard. But why would Captain America just... Oh, okay. Captain America saves a universe by escaping. Oh, hello! Hello, Kara! When did the Raiders come in? Hello, thank you! Thank you for the raid! Thank you for the raid! Right now, we're just reading the leakage. The leakage of the new Avengers movie. Reading the leaks, which are pretty nonsense right now. So there seems like okay, like I was saying, there seems to be a double standard here. Maybe they'll explain it in the movie or whatnot, but so they're gonna destroy the timeline because Steve is there and he does not belong there, was never meant to live there or have a son. So they escape to a different universe where he does not exist. So basically he does not belong there either. And they're totally okay with it. I don't get it. Alright, so he's been living there for 10 years. Then we see Dr. Doom visiting Sue and Franklin. Oh, you have Franklin here. This is basically... Wait, no, what? Remember Jack from The Incredibles? He is based off Franklin. But Franklin is actually more nonsense than Jack Jack, because Franklin is like a reality bender. A reality warper. I did not watch the movie. I am not familiar with this Fantastic Four, but Franklin Richards is the most nonsense character in all of Marvel, I think. At least it's up there. Like, Galactus is his plaything. Okay, I'm not sure if this happens in the movie. I know Galactus is there. Galactus is there in the movie. Have I watched Invincible? No, I have not watched Invincible. I kind of don't like... I'm gonna be very hypocritical here. Because there's some instances of the evil Superman that I like, but I don't like the evil Superman trope. Hello, Kara! Hello, Kara! Thank you for the raid. I know Invincible and Omni-Man are not exactly... I guess Omni-Man is an evil Superman. How go the rumors? The rumors are not looking good. But yeah, I know Invincible is not exactly like an evil Superman. Omni-Man probably is like an evil Superman. But I don't like it. I think it misses the point. Like, all of these Superman clones are missing the point of Superman. Yeah, basically, Omni-Man is Zod. Omni-Man is Zod, like a space Nazi. He is basically Zod. The Viltrumites are like copies of Zod. They're all basically Zod. That's why I think they're... I don't know. Maybe the story, maybe the plot is nice. But I feel like they're getting the point of Superman wrong. Because Superman is not about using your strength to solve problems, even though he's the most powerful being. I think the Superman problem is that when you have the power to do everything, what do you do with that power? And then how do you make sure that you do good with that power? But like, for example, your race is gone. Should you recreate your whole race on this new planet? That was basically Zod. At least in the Superman movie. Superman killing him, not exactly good. Not exactly the best thing. Superman, you know, typically Superman yeets everyone into the Phantom Zone. And he does do that. He does do that to the rest of the Kryptonians, but that's where Zack Snyder kind of got Superman wrong. Juwun would sooner kneel before Superman when Superman tells him he doesn't need to do that. I don't get it. Juwun leans in to let him know what he wants to. Superman is married. The plot and writing is good, trust. He's not even the strongest of his race. I'll get it on Amazon. It's probably on Amazon. I can probably watch it if it's free. But I think like Homelander completely misses the point. I think a good, like a quote unquote good, it is on Amazon, okay. A good evil Superman story. So if you want an evil Superman story that gets the point, I think, in my opinion, I think it gets the point, is Irredeemable. Irredeemable is actually a good evil Superman story. This one, and people will say I'm a hypocrite. People will say I'm a hypocrite because he's way worse than Homelander. This guy is way worse than Homelander, this dude. The evil Superman. But I think he gets the point. My Superman comment. I got it. I got it the first time. But he is even way more evil than Homelander. But he is the most powerful being in his universe. So this is an evil Superman done right. Because he is the most powerful being in this universe. And nobody can stop him. And I think that is the point of like an evil Superman story. If Superman wanted to do anything, he can get away with it. And this guy gets away with the most stupid stuff. Invincible will kill people and the good guys don't always win, so it feels refreshing and more grounded. I think I'm just like kind of I don't know. I'm tired of the I'm tired of the good guys. I'm tired of the good guys doing like evil stuff. It's always nice to have like a story where Superman loves his enemies. That might just be me. But like example ℏ𝕒𝕉𝕏, I really love Trigun. I remember that's one of the first animes I cried about because I felt sad because ℏ𝕒𝕉𝕏 is not trying to kill the bad guys. And the bad guys are trying to kill ℏ𝕒𝕉𝕏, and I felt really sad about that. I like superheroes like that. I think that's the superhero done right. But this is the evil Superman done right too, because he is basically the most powerful being in the universe and they can't really do anything about it. I won't spoil it, but I won't spoil the ending, but he is truly irredeemable. This guy is completely irredeemable. The stuff he does is crazy. The Batman trope of not killing, yeah, like that. Though Batman's a little darker and grittier and mental. What is the point of the evil Superman story? If Superman were to go bad, like this guy, so the reason why Superman, another part of the Superman story is nature versus nurture. And the reason why Superman is the way he is because his parents instilled him with the good old American virtue of truth, justice, and the American way. This guy does not get the same thing, but unlike Homelander had like I guess he had mental issues. This guy also has mental issues. But unlike Homelander, he actually has a mother, but was his mother a prostitute? I can't remember. He had a terrible upbringing. But he wanted to do right. He still wanted to do good, so he became a superhero. He actually became a superhero. He did the Superman shtick. He was trying to be a good guy. But the thing is, because of his terrible upbringing, he makes a mistake. And after making a mistake, he tries to cover up the mistake. He keeps on trying to cover up over like... Because he wants to be a superhero. He wants to be a good guy. So he tries to cover up his mistake, and his cover up just makes things worse. And it keeps on getting worse to the point that he just stops. He stops caring. And he becomes a super duper crazy villain that kills everyone. Not just kills, he does way worse stuff. I think like in the boys comic book, there's a lot of, you know, rape. This one is worse. It's implied, they don't show it. Obviously they don't show it, but it's like heavily implied that this guy does stupid stuff. But the reason why he's called irredeemable is because he wants to be redeemed. There's later on in the series, he starts fantasizing, like, no, not fantasizing, but he's in a dream world. He's in a dream world where his mistakes, he's not just evil, he's stupid. Again, it's how he was raised. Like nature versus nurture, because he is like, should I spoil this? He is not an alien. This guy is not an alien. He's not like Superman, who's a Kryptonian. He is from he's basically the spawn, quote unquote spawn, not exactly child or whatever, but he's the spawn of these extra dimensional godlike entities. So I kind of like his lore. It's not just like Superman where he's an alien and they try to handwave all Superman's powers. This guy bends reality. So when he punches stuff, he's actually bending reality to where his fist becomes really hard and where whatever he's punching becomes really weak. When he flies, he's not actually flying, but he is manipulating gravity and manipulating the time-space continuum, basically. So unlike Superman, okay. One thing I don't like about Superman is trying to explain his powers. When they try to explain his powers with like some biological effect, it just becomes super unrealistic. Like, how is Superman able to fly faster than the speed of light? Superman can fly faster than the speed of light, but where does he get his energy? He gets his energy from the sun. But does the sun produce enough energy to exceed the speed of light? Like, that is infinity. To push something towards infinity, you have to absorb more power than just what you can get from the sun. And Superman is able to achieve feats that produce way more energy than what he can get from the sun. Superman's figure out 0-point energy. But they keep on trying to explain Superman's powers. It's his biology. He's like a solar battery. Blah, 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 blah. I think you should just kept it like vague. You should have never explained it, but such is comics. And that is this guy. This guy basically manipulates reality. He's like a reality warper, but he does not realize it. He does not realize that he's actually manipulating matter. Green energy. Batman's an enabler. Batman has mental issues. And I think I like that. I like that angle where Batman just has mental issues and he does not want to kill because he has mental issues. He cannot trust himself. He cannot trust that he is making the right decisions. He's just been super traumatized by what happened in his childhood. He cannot trust himself to kill someone. He is completely okay with not like his proteges. He won't let Robin or Jason Todd or whatever kill people, but he's let other people kill. So I think Batman does not trust himself to kill people. He cannot trust himself to kill people, but he lets other people do it. I mean, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman kills people left and right. Batman doesn't stop her. Well, when she kills Maxwell Lord, that becomes an issue, but Wonder Woman's a killer. I think Batman just does not trust himself to kill others. And he tells that to Jason Todd. Like, he stops Jason Todd from killing Joker. And was Batman right there? I don't know. But that is the issue with Batman. And I kind of like it. If Batman killed the 5 main baddies of Gotham, 5 main baddies would be far better off, no? I think Batman thinks here's the mentality of Batman. If Batman kills the 5 main baddies, he would be the next baddie. That's what Batman is thinking. And if Batman had the power to kill 5 main baddies, Batman would be an even bigger baddie. I think that's what Batman thinks. And I like that angle. I like that angle. That is my headcanon, okay? My headcanon is that if Batman kills someone, he's now the bad guy. And an evil Batman is worse than an evil Joker. But I don't like the evil Batman. That's where Owlman comes in. Owlman is a scary person. So is Flashpoint Batman. Flashpoint Batman's also a killer. And all the stupid nonsense when... Is it evil to stop evil? That's the problem. Batman is mentally ill. Batman is mentally ill. He does not know. He has this line of morality, and he thinks if he crosses it, he will become the bad guy. He's mentally ill. That is my mentally ill Oshi. At least this is my headcanon. He's not thinking straight. Batman is not thinking straight. And you know what? He's just like me. We're all mentally ill. No, not all of us. I am not mentally ill. But I kind of like that. I kind of like a mentally ill Batman. He's just like the Joker. Both of them are mentally ill. They're both crazy. And that is the point. That's why Batman and Joker are so good together. They're both crazy. Juwun smiles straight at the hedge maze. It is... Wait. This is my headcanon. The blood of all the people he failed to save are kind of on his hands then. I don't know. I think that is what contributes more to his mental illness. But that is my headcanon. That is my headcanon. Batman is mentally ill, and he thinks that if he kills someone, he will be the next bad guy. And if Batman becomes the next bad guy, no one can stop Batman. Because Batman is Batman. So he refuses to kill people. And I kind of like that. If the Joker escapes and blows up a school, it's kind of his fault. Is it though? Like, the Joker's still responsible for his actions. I think he's hoping to rehabilitate the Joker. I think that's what he says over and over again. He does kill Joker in Dark Knight Returns, though. So there's that. He eventually kills Joker there, and Dark Knight Returns is actually a nice series. A nice graphic novel. I kind of liked it, but he killed Joker there. Every Joker gas event, fear toxin, gas Bane, body ball, Hatter, Raper, that's all Batman. I don't know. Because Batman, here's the thing. I don't know why we're putting the blame on Batman. Because here's what Batman does, okay? This is what Batman does. He gets the bad guys and gives them to the police, okay? The Batman is mentally ill, okay? Batman is crazy, and he knows that he is crazy, and he thinks that he does not have the mental faculties to execute justice. So he hands them over to the police. I think if anyone should be blamed, it's the police for throwing them into Arkham Asylum. Why don't the police render justice? See, I think that's the point of the Arkham. Gotham. Gotham is a corrupt society. But Batman does not want to kill. Batman thinks he is too mentally ill and does not have the ability to execute the judgment. So he hands them over to the police. It's the police who refuses to kill them. So I wouldn't fault Batman for... I would not fault Batman for all the shenanigans that the bad guys commit. Because you know what? He captures them and gives them to the police. It's the police. It's a justice system that has failed Gotham, I think. In my opinion. Have you played any of the Arkham games? I have played Arkham City and Arkham Knight. I have not played Arkham Asylum. Arkham City was good. Arkham Knight was also good. I think Arkham City is more iconic though. But driving the Batmobile was fun. Batman puts him in a revolving prison door system. See, that's the thing. Batman is mentally ill. How many times should I repeat myself? Batman is mentally ill, and Batman does not think he has the mental faculties to execute judgment. He does not think he has the right to execute judgment. He uses band-aids rather than stitches on a stab wound. Like he's mentally ill. He doesn't think he's like a police officer on the street that can use their judgment to kill a person. He thinks he's not able to do that. I do fault Batman for it. He's making a choice not to remove a problem that will objectively save more lives that he can take. I think that's also like Under the Hood. I think that kind of is the point of Under the Hood too, right? Where you're supposed to feel for Jason Todd. And Jason Todd makes a lot of sense. Like what you're saying, you get the point of Jason Todd. But here's the thing, Batman is mentally ill. People keep on forgetting this part, that Batman is himself crazy. He does not think rationally. And I like it that way. It was even worse since he's also a mega rich dude who could use the money to solve some of this. He is mentally ill. His decisions are not always the right decisions, and I'm okay with that. My favorite fan theory is Batman won't kill because Wayne Tech gets paid for all the prison medical treatments. I don't know. Never heard that one before. It's Wayne Tech also the hospital. They're getting all the subsidies. Yeah, but people need to realize Batman is crazy. Are any of them not though? Everyone in Gotham is pretty much crazy. I'll stop bullying your mentally ill Oshi. Same thing with Superman. Superman does not kill. He apprehends people and gives them over to the government. Superman could do whatever he wants. But is that what you're... Is Superman supposed to do that? Is it the right thing to do? Superman could stop a war. He could kill any dictator he wants. That's basically the irredeemable story. That is basically the story of Irredeemable. He commits a small mistake and he tries to cover it and he tries to cover it and he tries to cover it and he just keeps on growing and growing and growing and he ends up just becoming a murder machine. So yeah, if you can read Irredeemable, you should give it a read. It's kind of dark. It's kind of dark, but he tries to be a good guy. This dude, he tries to be a good guy. He commits a small mistake. He tries to cover it up, and the process of covering it up just gets worse and worse. And so he decides, you know what? Might as well just be a bad guy. And there is no one on earth to stop him. Literally. But I won't spoil how it ends. But yeah, I don't like realism. Now people probably like realism in their stories, but I want something hopeful. I want something better. And you know what? Superman makes everything good. Like, Superman stories are supposed to make you feel good. Like, All-Star Superman, where Superman sacrifices himself. Even like recent stories, what is like the new 52 Superman. I feel so bad for the new 52 Superman. He gets a lot of flack because he's more rash, he's a younger Superman, kind of more impulsive, not as refined. But the way new 52 Superman dies. Yes, the new 52 Superman dies. I really don't know what happens if he comes back or whatever. But the new 52 Superman dies. Super Trick, are you talking about the about Superman's son? Apparently he's gay. And he might be... last I heard, he was dating a femboy or something. Superman dies. Not new 52 Superman. New 52 Superman dies. I don't think he's ever back. See, the new 52 Superman is not the quote-unquote real Superman. New 52 Superman was replaced by the original Superman. The original post-crisis Superman, New 52 Superman actually dies. So that is very sad because New 52 Superman was my Superman. Those are the comics I read, the New 52. So he was my Superman and he's dead. Replaced by the original. So he is dead. It is the original Superman who is now back. And it was really sad how he went, because spoilers, he was fighting an evil Superman. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it too that he was in a relationship with Wonder Woman. New 52 was bad. I would disagree. I kind of liked New 52 was my intro. My intro to DC Comics, and I really hold a lot of fun memories for reading, especially the Court of Owls. Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin was really good. I don't care what people say crashing the New 52. Batman and Robin was basically a father-son story. A lot of Batman titles were so good. So many good Batman titles. World's finest. Like Batman and Superman, basically. And this was basically like... It was not just the original Batman Superman, but also the Earth 2 Batman Superman. That was nice. But to be frank, that kind of ruined the too much Batman. Like, Batman was so popular, it kind of ruined it. Because then we had like all the bat fad. Batman, like Bat God, basically. All the Bat God stories eventually led to Batman becoming like cosmic. And I don't like it when Batman becomes cosmic. Batman is just a fight. It's supposed to be fighting like street level criminals. Those are the best Batman stories, when he's just fighting street level criminals or the sort. Not cosmic stuff like Dark Knight or like heavy metal. Was it death metal? Heavy metal and death metal. When the Batman who laughs pretty much becomes God. That kind of ruined it for me. Like Batman basically was the idea where Batman becomes a bat, where Batman gets his bat idea. I don't like how they retconned. It was basically from Barbados, the evil bat god. That's where Batman get the idea for becoming a bat. Trying to read Marvel, but he loves his DCU more. I have read Marvel. I do like Gore the God Butcher. The what is the storyline? Basically the storyline that Thor: Love and Thunder is based on. Gore the God Butcher was crazy. Point of Batman not using superpowers is to try and convey you can change your situation if you wish it. So is he also married to New 52? No! That's what I like about... The kind of thing I like about New 52 Superman is that he is dating Wonder Woman. Yeah. I did like that. It was so funny, their crossovers, because basically Wonder Woman is a god. She's a daughter of Zeus. And there was one story where Superman fought Apollo, and Apollo is a god of the sun. So Apollo just powered up Superman, which is kind of funny. Superheroes fighting gods is just a dumb concept. The problem for me is what is a god? What does a god mean? So in the DC universe, Superman is essentially a god, but he is not called a god. I mean, Superman is able to match the gods, the Greek gods, but he is not a god, whereas they are gods. What is the deal? DC does have an explanation of how the gods came, but it's not really expounded on, I guess. The gods are basically the seeds of the seeds. The descendants of the god wave. When the Ragnarok basically billions and billions of years ago, the original gods, the old gods had some kind of super war, and then it ended and they killed each other or whatever. And from that war came the god wave. And all the gods are somehow descended from that god wave. I don't know. Basically, superheroes are the modern gods. So throwing in gods there, I think the way the Marvel movies the Marvel movies kind of explain that, you know, Asgardians are not literally gods. They're just like super aliens. I think that's a better explanation. Got some fun medical news for you. Hospitals here are bringing back sunrooms. What's that? I don't even have a sunroom. Is that just to bask in the sun? Wait, where are we in the story here? We have deviated. We are lost. We are lost in the sauce. It's so easy to get distracted. Okay, they were living there for 10 years. Are you keeping up? Are you keeping in track? Can you still see what we're doing here? Or are we completely lost now? So far, here's the recap, here's the recap of our story so far. So apparently, Wolverine and Deadpool destroy Tobey Maguire's Earth. Charles Xavier looks over the Earth and he's sad because, again, the X-Men doing something bad. As they always do. And then after that, they have a flashback to the funeral of Tony Stark, and then Steve goes back to return the stones and decides to live with Peggy. Living with Peggy, he has a son named Jem. And then Loki visits them, and Loki says, the TVA is gonna destroy this timeline unless you move away. So he moves to the universe of the Fantastic Four. Okay, now we're here. We are still in the first paragraph. Oh, we're finally in the second paragraph. I feel like sneezing. Time for food. All right, enjoy the food. It's for being exposed to sunlight. Are they sunning? I hope they're not sunning. Flashing their stuff to the sun. So there's some people that do that. They say it boosts your testosterone. Okay, so they live there for 10 years. When we see Dr. Doom visiting Sue and Franklin, they clearly know each other. Doom says he has come to speak with Reed. He warns him about the incursions and reveals their universe is next. He proposes a plan, but they must travel with him to Earth 616. Earth 616 is the Marvel Earth. It's so confusing. So they do use the Earth 616. They changed it. Okay, they changed it. I remembered it was a long number. I remembered correct. I remember that the Marvel universe had a long number because this is the comic book universe. So they're just merged now, I guess. This is the comic book main Marvel universe. 616. Anyway. So they go to the main Marvel 616 universe. Doom also asks Reed. Whether it's possible someone from another universe is living in theirs. They scan the planet and discover an anomaly, Steven and his family. What is causing the incursions? Okay. We still don't know yet. But remember in the comic books, the one causing the incursions were the Beyonders. The Beyonders were the ones causing the incursions. We still don't know who's causing the incursions here. They scan the planet and discover an anomaly, Steve and his family. They confront Steve, who recognizes them after living there for a decade. They explain the incursions and ask him to come to 616, his main universe. Why doesn't he go in 616 then? Oh, it's because he was there, but he does not belong there. Wait. Why don't they just send him to the... Okay, there. Loki made a mistake here. So Loki transports him to... the Fantastic Four universe. But if he instead sent them to the present, then there would be no issue, because look at them. They're here in the present now. He proposed a plan, but they travel with him to Earth 616. So he just goes back, basically. Why doesn't he do that in the first place? Why not go back to 616? To the present 616, where he belongs. Doom also asked Reed whether it's possible from some blah 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 blah. They scan the planet's scared. Steve and his family. They confront Steve, who recognized them after living there for a decade. They explain the incursions and ask him to come to 616 to help them convince the Avengers to trust Doom's plan. They travel there. Steve successfully persuades the heroes to listen. See, he should have done that in the first place. And why are they trusting a guy whose name is Doom? His name is literally Doom. Why are they trusting him? He's a bad guy. His name is like a generic bad guy name. Skill issue right there. Next, they visit X-Men's universe, but the X-Men are hostile. See, the X-Men are the problem. The X-Men are always the problem. It's so funny how, like, in a lot of X-Men stories, oh, we're oppressed. We're so oppressed. They're the ones causing all the oppression, to be honest with you. Okay, they visit the X-Men's universe, but the X-Men are hostile. I don't hate the X-Men. I'm saying that the X-Men are always, like, they always complain about being being oppressed, where they're the ones doing all the oppressing. Like, they're the ones who are pro-segregation. They literally have their own island state. They've survived multiple incursions and trust no one. They assume the MCU heroes and the Fantastic Four have come to destroy them and attack. Reed and Doom explains their solution to build a massive cannon. How are they trusting this plan? Why do they trust, like, a massive cannon? Doom is obviously gonna use this cannon to destroy everyone. Okay, build a massive cannon on each Earth that will permanently separate the universe. How? How do they think this is gonna work? The CGI for this movie will be expensive. A lot of time traveling. Yeah. Hopefully, Dune will make a lot more movie than this one. Here's me hoping for a big Dune win. Dune will beat Doom. Okay, build massive cannons on each Earth that will permanently separate the universe and stop incursions. Why do they trust this? What is a cannon? Aren't cannons supposed to be built for shooting stuff, destroying stuff? Why do they trust him? They will split into teams and each one will go to another Earth to place a cannon there. Does Marvel think their audience is dumb? Yes. Yes, they do. Why can't they just have a Marvel story where Doom is evil from the get-go? And they know that Doom is evil. Like, wait, that was the first Fantastic Four movie. Yeah, the first Fantastic Four movie, Doom was pretty much a bad guy from the start. And they knew that he was a bad guy. The Sentinels that go around and round those mutants to be forced into prison. Yeah, the X-Men are the cause for that. Are the cause for the mutants? X-Men are the cause? No, it's because people are afraid of the X-Men. So the Sentinels were created to round up the X-Men, or not X-Men, but mutants. And the mutants say, oh, we're so oppressed. In a way they are, because the Sentinels are capturing them. But why are the Sentinels capturing them? Because they're causing a lot of trouble. I know the Sentinels are supposed to be like the bad guys, but you can understand why. You can understand why the people want the Sentinels to be created. It's because these mutants who keep on crying, oh, we're so oppressed. are doing a lot of the oppression. They're going to prison without trial. It's supposed to be like a, it's supposed to be, I know, I understand it's supposed to be like an allegory of civil rights, the civil rights and the minorities being oppressed by the police and whatnot. But these are beings, mind you, these are beings that can destroy the world. Okay? It is pretty understandable. These guys are not just criminals, not just minorities. They're walking nukes, okay? These beings are walking nukes like Iceman. People think that Iceman is like some guy, some frosty guy. Some frosty gay guy. But Iceman is an Omega level mutant. Magneto is an Omega level mutant that murdered a lot of people. So it is I think it is very understandable. How are you siding with the X-Men here? You don't like that Batman is not killing people when these mutants are killing a lot of people. The problem with the X-Men civil rights allegories, MLK couldn't cause Giga 9/11 if he got. That is true. That is the big difference here. It's not like the X-Men are peaceful. Some of the X-Men are, but a lot of these mutants are walking nuclear bombs. So it is understandable that people want the Sentinels. Like, these are worse than the worst Batman villain. You've got, what's the name of this guy? What is the brother? Who is the brother of Cyclops that is an Omega level mutant that can basically destroy the planet? Some mutants can destroy the planet. These are crazy powerful. So whether or not the Sentinels were right, you know, it does seem like, especially Cyclops. Come on, Cyclops does a horrible stuff when he merges with the Phoenix Force. Cyclops is one of the biggest offenders too. Even though like in his base level, Cyclops is not that powerful. When he merges with the Phoenix Force, he does a horrible stuff. Setting them with them is painful, however. The majority of mutants are harmless. A guy who can change from one face to another. Well, sure, but a lot of them are living nukes. So from the perspective, like from a perspective of a human being, why not just round them all up? If you have the ability to detect mutants, and there's a way to, you know, I can understand the plight. I can understand the plight of the people with the Sentinels. How are you siding with Red Hood and then not siding with the Sentinels here? I'm not saying what they're doing is right, but I can understand. I can clearly understand why the people built the Sentinels. The majority are not. Xavier and Magneto are collecting the dangerous one for themselves. I think a walking nuclear bomb is scarier than the Joker. That is my humble opinion. Okay, where were we? Pro-mutant. I'm not pro-mutant euthanasia. I'm just saying that the mutants, the oppression of the mutants is like overhyped. Like, it is reasonable. I remember watching the movie a while back, and I felt bad for the senator, the anti-mutant senator. He was supposed to be portrayed as a bad guy, but I remember feeling bad for him as a kid, because he did become a mutant. Like, he got mutated by Magneto, which just proved his point. It kind of just proved the point of the senator when Magneto destroyed the senator. Like, he was supposed to be portrayed like a super racist right-wing dude when Magneto just proved his point. Like, maybe not all mutants are bad, but even one bad mutant is enough to be worried about, you know? Plus, the mutants are so powerful, why don't they just go to outer space? Why can't they just go to outer space and make their own planet? Left wings are more racist than right wings. But that was how the senator was portrayed in the... I don't know if you remember the first... Was it the first? Probably not the first X-Men movie, but one of the original X-Men movies. He was like a racist type senator. I remember his speech talking about mutants with psychic abilities violating the right to your thoughts. Yeah, that is true. although Charles Xavier does try to... He does find like his ability to read everyone's minds kind of iffy. He does reserve that as a last resort. But they're proving the senator's point. They are literally proving the senator's point. But the senator was depicted as a bad guy. But that's why I'm not saying that what they're doing is right. It's a very iffy line, but I do understand it. It is super understandable to be worried about these, again, walking nukes. Look at what Magneto did. He was able to lift up the whole was it the Golden Gate Bridge? Playing any new games? No, I'm still playing Dune. Dune is still my current obsession. I am now able to solo the fire testing station level 19. I can do that under, I don't know, 11 minutes or something. So I'm just currently trying to get the nice stuff from that testing station. I still need to build my deep desert base this week. Still haven't done that. He pulled the blood of a yeah, a security guard. To be fair, that security guard was seduced by Mystique, but he was just doing his job. Want a few billion Solaris so you can buy everything? That would make things too easy. Thanks for the offer though. Very tempting. Very, very tempting. You know what? I will accept it, but we're not playing right now. Like, I did think, you know, remember in the beginning of the stream, I did say that we might end up playing Dune if we run out of stuff to read, but look, we're still here. We're still here. Which is halfway, which is past halfway. What are we talking about again? Yeah, the mutants. Removing the magnetic protection field of the planet. See, there you go. So, like in the movie when they created the serum that will quote unquote cure the mutants. It does make some kind of sense. Makes sense to me. Can't comprehend that there are magnitudes to genocide. What's that supposed to mean? The people who genocided the Jews? Because isn't that what happened to Magneto? Is Magneto a Jew? I really never got the beginning. I just thought that, okay, Magneto was a Jew in a concentration camp. Yes, okay. So is that what you're talking about? Is that the genocide you're talking about? They were forcing it without medical consent. He was in Auschwitz. Okay. Again, what's so bad about being human? What is so bad about being human? What if these mutants, you know, why not just become human? How bad is it to become human? You know, instead of being like a walking nuclear bomb, I think it's pretty okay to be human. It's not like you're trying to change your race. They're just trying to turn them into human. So should I force castration on Juwun? You're as feminine as is. But then I would not be a complete human. I would no longer be a complete human. It's not like we're asking a mutant to get castrated. Like we're not asking a mutant to give up their ability to reproduce. Oh no, I'm not a god of ℚ𝕒𝕟𝓼𝕟 anymore. What will I do? That's right. We're just trying to turn you into a human. What's so bad about being human, bro? But yeah, I do understand. I do feel the sympathy on the humans who are being portrayed as the bad guys. Again, you know, there is a nuance to this, but I feel like the mutants were they're changing eunuchs. You're forcing change to an inalienable wow, I can't pronounce this word. Inalienable. There you go. Inalienable. Says the magical, mythical, fantastic. That's why now you understand. Now you understand what the deal with the mask is. You know, but you know what they say, rules for thee but not for me. That is my statement. That is my statement on the whole issue. It does not equate. For reasons that we will not dive into tonight. I wonder how does the new Spider-Man movie... I have not even seen the Spider-Man movie, but I'm pretty sure there will be an end credit scene. You know, the Marvel's movies, rights for me but not for mutants. There you go. But like Marvel movies like popularize the end credit scene. I'm pretty sure they're gonna incorporate that into this movie. And like from what we see so far, it seems like they're going to delete everyone. I'm just now realizing they never explain why Tony Stark and Doom are the same guy. Is that not explained here? I guess we're about to... Let's continue reading here. They confront Steve, who recognizes them, blah, 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 blah. Next, they visit, the X-Men. This is where we stop. The X-Men are hostile. They've survived multiple incursions, blah, blah, blah. They assume the MCU heroes and the Fantastic Four have come to destroy them and attack. How is Deadpool gonna deal with this when Deadpool is pretty much a fourth wall destroyer? Okay. Attack. Reed and Doom explain their solutions to build a massive cannon on each Earth that will permanently separate the universes and stop the incursions. They will split to teams and each one will go to another Earth to place cannon there. Meanwhile, Steve tells Thor he met a Loki who is still alive. Thor asks Steve to take him to him. Excuse me, wow, that was audible. Using Loki's card, they locate the TVA. But when they arrive, everyone is dead. And Loki has had his heart ripped out. They realize Doom is responsible. Steve goes to confront Doom, who reveals his true plan to allow the incursions to happen so he can rebuild the multiverse in his own image. There you go. That is basically Battle World. One of the dumbest tweets I got to say recently was the pro-Palestinian movement claiming Magneto was an allegory for a Palestinian child. This is gonna be real. I have a feeling this is real. Because they pretty much had Secret Wars. They had like a Secret Wars there. They had Secret Wars planned. Or... They have Secret Wars. This is basically the plot of Secret Wars. I feel like this is gonna be true and real. So they confront Doom, who reveals his true plan to allow the incursions to happen so he can rebuild the multiverse in his own image and resurrect his dead family. That is basically what he does in Battle World. He, like the whole multiverse, or all the timelines are destroyed with the Beyonders incident and detonating all the different molecule man or whatever. And all that power goes to Doom, and then Doom creates Battle World, which is basically a stitch up version of all the worlds with all the different Marvel heroes there. And pretty much he is living his dream life, married to Sue Storm. He just wants to cook. He just wants to do that to Mr. Fantastic. I see too many moving actors and too much money. Disney isn't doing well nowadays. Good for them. I want Dune to win. I want Dune to make more money than this movie. Okay, because he didn't belong there. It also led... Doom reveals that Steve's presence... Wait. His true plan to allow the incursions to happen so he can rebuild the multiverse in his own image and resurrect his dead family. He takes Steve to his castle in ℏ𝕏𝕏 on Earth. There, Steve meets Doom's followers, the masked witches. Oh, these are the ivory... what do you call this? In Secret Wars, the black swans. The black swans. The black swan. These ladies. These chicks, they basically worship Doom. Like he built a cult. Or something. Yeah, he basically built a cult, and using timey-wimey stuff, he essentially becomes a godlike being. Okay, so they seem to be incorporating the Black Swan. One of them impersonates Peggy to manipulate him. I've seen the trailer. There was what's her face? Mystique there. I wonder if Mystique is a Black Swan or something. Doom reveals that Steve's presence in their universe is what triggered their incursion. Who is causing the incursions? Is it the TVA? Is the TVA causing the incursions? Okay, where were we? The masked witches, one of them impersonates Becky to manipulate him. Doom reveals that Steve's presence triggered the incursion because he didn't belong there. This is so nonsense. Being in a universe where you don't belong triggers an incursion? What about the multiverse of madness? What about Deadpool, who constantly visits different universe, who was like casually visiting universe to universe, and then planting he needed a Wolverine, right? Deadpool and Wolverine started because Deadpool was looking for a Wolverine. This reminds me of some SCP story where the exact same things happen. Maybe they're copying it. Maybe they are. The author should sue. Okay. But this is like absolute nonsense. Steve's presence in their universe is what triggered the incursion. If a foreigner is in a different universe, okay. So the universe here is very xenophobic because he didn't belong there. It also led to the death of Doom's family. Doom became obsessed with stopping the incursion, conducting dangerous experiments, one of which failed, killing his family. That's not Steve's fault then. That is Doom's fault. And leaving him disfigured, forcing him to wear the armor disfigured, so he's no longer Tony Stark. Wait. So, RDJ will not even be RDJ. Like, I don't remember the name, but the plot is the SCP Foundation is taking boxes of dirt to other dimensions to stop the universe from being destroyed by something. Interesting. I haven't heard of that one. Then again, I haven't read all the SCP stories. Forcing him to wear the armor and mask. As revenge, Doom kills Steve's son in front of him. Doom announces that the Avengers are coming and ℏ𝕏𝕉 prepares for war. The Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and the X-Men unite and march on ℏ𝕏𝕉. Thor prays to Odin, who sends an army from Valhalla to join the battle. A massive war erupts as the Earth begins to collide. Eventually, the universes crash into each other and are destroyed, killing everyone except Doom. And there, you have Battle World. They're gonna say some BS like, oh, you have to be there for a long time or something, probably. But hello, Chili Eye Shard. Hello. This is basically leading up to Battle World. This is the ending of Secret Wars where Doom gets all the power of the Molecule Man, the multiversal Molecule Man, and basically becomes a god. So that's probably where Secret Wars or Battle World. This is gonna go into Battle World. The Secret Wars, the Battle World, where this is here. So in the comics, actually there are some people that survive, and one of them is Mr. Fantastic. If this is even the actual plot, I feel like this will be the actual plot. I don't know how much time they have to. I don't know. Do they even have enough time to redo the movie? If this is the actual plot, it's coming out in December. I just did. Needed Juwun to read the whole script. I just read the whole script. Pretty impressive. What do you think? Pretty impressive now. I read the whole script in 2 hours. Look at that. I actually succeeded. We made it through the script, but I need to pee. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Be right back. have returned. I feel like I read somewhere they filmed the screens with some actors in the same scene or different continents. Who knows? Apparently they're Latvian witches somehow. It fits in the movie. Is Latvia a real country? Is it a real country? Okay, it's fictional. But in the comics, there are Latvian witches. Is that it? All right. My nose is feeling cloggy. So lots of sniffing as usual. Nothing new there. So is the movie gonna be like the is this gonna be the actual movie? Who knows? I feel like it might be. I feel like it will be. I would like to watch the trailer now. But I know if I put the trailer up on screen, then Disney will come after my butt. So how do we do this? How do we watch the trailer without getting copyright struck? But I feel like the trailer kind of does. It kind of does. Verify. Is verify the right word? It kind of does verify what. I don't know. I think it might. It might agree. If I played in the background, will I get in trouble? Okay, maybe I'll just pause it frequently. Maybe if I pause it frequently in the background, or if I made it small. What if I made it small? There. If I put it in the background somewhere. I don't know. I think I'll still get it. What if we reversed it? There. Now the image is mirrored. If we mirror the image and pause it frequently, I think I'll get in trouble. There is no way. There really is no way to. There is no way to safely. I feel like there's no way to safely play the movie. So you can look up the trailer yourself. If you want to, you can safely look at the trailer. Dang, I guess this is a watch along. We can consider this a watch along. What about that? I have it muted though. How does Twitch get away with this? People in Twitch are constantly watching copyrighted stuff, right? Why are they allowed to do that there? Oh look, there's a Doomsday clock. Let's check out this live stream here. Look! It's a live stream! Because it's a different platform and they don't archive their stream. Oh, they're really now. 4 months, 18 days, 1 hour, 48 minutes, 17 seconds. We're... This is the live stream now. The live stream is watching someone else's live stream. The VOD gets auto-muted or yeeted into the void. That's why. Let's see what this sounds like. So just a ticking clock, pretty much. Moon Knight confirmed. What happened to Spider-Man Brand New World? Okay, isn't it Brand New Day? Excuse me. Is it Brand New Day? Oh, it's subscribers only. The only one subscribers here. Or you could just go to Kick, where they say it's posted publicly. You can stream it. Spoiler, okay for you. Okay, we're not gonna watch spoilers. Okay, we're going back to the plain background. I really want to watch the trailer on stream though, but I feel like I will get in trouble. So I'm just gonna mute it and watch it. You can watch the trailer with me too if you want to. It's just muted right now. Charles Xavier sitting in the corner watching something explode. What if that is a part of the script? So it opens with Charles Xavier looking at the sky and there's something exploding, and the leaks do say that Charles Xavier was looking at the world explode. So it might be true and real. Okay, now Doom is looking at the ground with a scorched earth or something. And then you have the Marvel Studio logo. I'm just describing everything. You have Avengers Tower. And you have... Okay, you have the Fantastic Four meeting with the Avengers. Wait, are these the... These are the new Avengers. What's the name of the Thunderbolts? These are the Thunderbolts, or the Temu Avengers. Go on, you have no choice. Just say it. Rights for humans and all. Yeah, if the mutants became humans, they will have human rights. So we have the Temu Avengers. It is literally the Thunderbolts. Okay, let me switch real quick. See, it is literally the Thunderbolts. I'm also literally doxing my suggestions. But look, it is literally the Temu Avengers. See, that's what the thing says here. So the MCU and Fantastic Four heroes come together. That's what's happening. That's what's happening there. So they're meeting together. Thor is stalking the Wakanda girl and Namor. More Wakanda activity. And then Thor. He is going to fight Doom. So that's what we hear. See, Thor. All right, this scene here. See, Thor is angry. Thor is angry. And the reason why he's angry is because Doom killed Loki. Every time I hear Thunderbolts, I always think of Thunderbirds. Let's put this up here. Okay, see, that is this scene over here. Like, where is that? They find out that Loki's dead. How many times has Loki died? Wait, how many times has Loki died? Was Loki killed by Thanos? He also gets quote-unquote killed in the Dark World. Thor the Dark World. And does he get killed in his movie? In his own series, does he get killed there? And now he gets killed again. Loki had his heart ripped out. They realize Doom is responsible, so they go to confront Doom. Thor prepares for war. So that's that. So Thor is approaching Doom. This is the X-Men mansion. There's explosion in the X-Men mansion. And the X-Men are fighting the Avengers. Okay. See, look. Cyclops. Gambit is fighting Shang-Chi. See, look at this. See. Cyclops, the X-Men. The X-Men, this is the X-Men mansion. They're fighting Shang-Chi right there. That is the part here. They visit the X-Men's universe, but the X-Men are hostile. So the X-Men are hostile. This is pretty much proving it. The TVA card. So here. The TVA card. That is the card. That is the card that Loki gives to. See, Loki gives Steve a special card to contact him. So there's the special card. So that is Loki's special card. This is looking. Wrong window. So this is looking to be real. Multiple times. Multiple times what? Excuse me. Okay, now it's the new Black Panther. They're beating up with the Fantastic Four. The Thunderbolts. Okay, now we have Mystique. An old Magneto. Charles looking very sad. The world looks like it's ending. Cyclops doing the laser beam. Actually, Cyclops does not have laser beams. Cyclops' powers are so very weird. Have they retconned Cyclops' powers? So basically, Cyclops' eyes are a portal to another dimension. I think they call it the punch dimension, where it's like pure kinetic energy. There, now Thor is fighting Doom. Doom deflects it with 2 fingers. Nothing personal, kid. And then Steve is there. Steve gets Mjolnir. I think the leaks were proven by the trailer. If I remember correctly, the leaks came before the trailer, right? Because the trailer is only 9 days ago. The leaks are probably older. Did the Avengers Doomsday leaks come before the trailer? Yes, the leaks the leaks arrived weeks before the actual trailer. So there you go. You know, the leaks might be real. I have a feeling that this might just be the case. So what do you think? Has anyone paid attention to my yappage? Does the movie sound okay? For an average person, they will be very confused on why the X-Men are killing dimensions. That's what I said. Heroes killing heroes doing very unhero-like stuff. Not very nice, in my humble opinion. Excuse me. It does feel very weird, right? That's how the movie opens. The movie opens with the X-Men destroying Tobey Maguire's universe. Of all things, they're destroying Tobey Maguire's universe. That's very sad. Tobey Maguire, that is pretty much the best Spider-Man. Actually very grounded too. They didn't have like super overpowered characters there. In the Tobey Maguire Spider-Verse, or his universe, pretty much the strongest being there was Tobey Maguire with the black Spider-Man suit, right? That was the peak of their universe. Tobey Bully Maguire. They call him Bully Maguire, right? But he was pretty much the strongest character in their universe. So I guess you can consider that grounded. And his is the first getting offed. Why is that? What would the oldest Marvel movie be? Especially without having seen an X-Men movie. I feel like people would have seen X-Men movies. But either way, watching the heroes try to kill each other. I don't know. I mean, that's all over Deadpool, right? In the Deadpool and Wolverine movies. Like, you see Johnny Blaze getting killed. Johnny Blaze. Johnny Storm. Why did I say Johnny Blaze? I don't know anything about the MCU or Avengers, but I'm here for the Yavig. Thank you. But this is that is why I don't like Deadpool. I kind of really don't like Deadpool. He just throws everything off. I understand the character is funny. Ryan Reynolds is just basically playing himself. Or did I get it right? His name is Ryan Reynolds, right? He's just basically playing himself. But it takes you out. Johnny Blaze is different. Because Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider. It is Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm. Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider. I kind of got twisted there. Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider. Are they gonna bring in the Ghost Rider? That would be nice. Who can play the Ghost Rider? Nick Cage's Ghost Rider is iconic. No one else is gonna be as crazy. As crazy as that one. Ghost Rider has a complex history in the comics. I don't really know much about the current comics, but I know the latest Ghost Rider was a Mexican dude. Or at least Latino. He no longer had a motorcycle, he had a car. But yeah, Ghost Rider is supposed to be one of the strongest beings in the Marvel Universe. Ghost Rider. Imagine that. But really, Ghost Rider is like one of the most powerful beings. Ghost Rider is basically an angel. It makes you think, who is more powerful, Ghost Rider or the Spectre? I feel like outwardly the Spectre is always like, everyone sees the Spectre as a cosmic being, but not everyone realizes that Ghost Rider is also a cosmic being. So got an ETA for when you go from current femboy to boy princess? I don't know. There is no ETA. We're just gonna wing it. We'll just see how the future collapses into reality, and then we'll just go from there. Because that is just how the universe works. Excuse me. Because they keep on changing how the person becomes Ghost Rider. Aren't there a lot of Ghost Riders? Like, there are so many Ghost Riders now. I mean, in the movie, you had the cowboy Ghost Rider, but there are lots of spirits of vengeance in the comics too. Sooner or later, they will have to introduce Ghost Rider and Blade, and it will probably be difficult to fill in the boots of those two. I really love Blade. Blade is probably Blade is still probably the best Marvel comic book superhero movie, I think. And what's ironic is that he was a black guy. A lot of movies, a lot of Marvel movies are replacing, or not exactly movies, but stories. I know they did try to replace Iron Man with Riri Williams in Ironheart. But the stories are trying to replace black characters when they already have black characters like Blade. Why don't they use Blade instead of, race swapping stuff? Never gonna happen. Snipes was such a person in Trinity. Snipes is old, so he won't be what is the correct word here? He won't be playing Blade again. The best comic book movie of all time is The Spirit. Came out in 2006 with Samuel Jackson and Scarlett Johansson. I've never even heard of it. What's the difference between The Spirit and what's his name? Is it the Phantom? I don't know. Phantom, Spirit. They wanted to make a Static Shock movie since they ruined Steel. Was there even a Steel movie, or was that the Shaquille movie? I don't know, but Blade was really good. Plus, it was really ahead of its time. It was R-rated, and it had a black leading actor there. Spirit was a competitor to Batman back in the day. Why do I keep on thinking about like some guy in spandex with a mask? Is it the Spirit, or is that the same guy I'm thinking about? Oh, it's different. Okay, so that guy looks like the Question. Who am I thinking about? It is the Phantom. Yeah, I was thinking of the Phantom. The guy in spandex with a domino mask. That's who I was thinking about. It was the Phantom. Rorschach was more of a rival to Batman. No, because the Batman in that universe was Owlman. The Spirit is bad? I don't know. I've never seen The Spirit. Or are you thinking about the Phantom? I've never seen the Phantom either. Rorschach was not a rival to Batman. Rorschach is more like the Question. I'm pretty sure Rorschach was based off the Question. The Batman there was the Owl, or Owlman. Was he called Owlman or Night Owl? Night Owl! I think it was Night Owl. Was it Night Owl? The Spirit is amazing. It's an intentionally capped movie, but it puts it all together well. I've never seen or even heard of that. But Rorschach is basically the Question. I can see that, but Rorschach was basically homeless Batman. I'm not sure if Rorschach was like a conspiracy theory guy, but the Question definitely was a conspiracy theory guy. Was it Owlman or Night Owl? I need to I need to look this up. Yeah, I have to look it up. Watchmen. Night Owl? It was Night Owl. It is Night Owl. It's not Owlman. It is Night Owl. I meant in terms of real world competition. The Batman and the Spirit. Yeah, I got that. When Detective Comics. I think you're talking about Detective Comics. Batman, the Spirit, and Green Hornet were all comic competitors. But yeah, I think back in the day it was Detective Comics. Not exactly Batman, but Detective Comics. They do all look somewhat similar. How about the Phantom? Was the Phantom the same thing back in the day too? Green Hornets were probably your... The thing is... Captain Marvel. Batman was the name of the character. Yeah, it was the name of the character, but it wasn't the name of the comic. Detective Comics. That's how you get DC. The character was Batman, but the name of the comic book was Detective Comics, which is where we get DC, Detective Comics. Funny thing is, like, Shazam or Captain Marvel was even more popular than Superman back in the day. I think especially in, like, Britain. I don't remember the whole story, but Captain Marvel was bigger than Superman at some point. Excuse me. Now, when you hear Captain Marvel, you usually think about Marvel Comics. Excuse me. I'm getting sleepy. Okay, what else is there to yap about? It's getting kind of late too. But here's what we learned, okay? If we were to summarize the stream, it was like ℓ𝕗𝓼. It's all that owl talk. Originally, the Phantom was set in Africa, but it was published around the same time. Okay. But yeah, like the summary. The summary of our stream tonight. I do feel like the leak is real. This leak is probably gonna be real. There's no way to tell until like 4 months from now. 4 or 5 months. Excuse me. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. But yeah. People used to ask me if I was related to Billy Zane. In my 20s, I almost look identical. Wow. He was a good-looking dude. Or probably still is. But I've been getting a lot of Tombstone clips, and he did play a character in Tombstone. I probably should watch that movie. It looks really nice. Why do they call them spaghetti westerns anyway? Now I'm curious. Why is it called a spaghetti western? Because they were very low budget movies about the old American West made by Italian filmmakers. Okay. So the spaghetti was a slur. I don't know if that's considered a slur, but it's what they called the Italians back in the day. So you can, isn't that? No, they were filmed in Italy. Well, that's what Google is telling me. Connect the films to Italy. The name uses spaghetti as a fun joke to connect the films to Italy. Are called that because they were low-budget movies about the old American West by Italian filmmakers. So I guess spaghetti has always been a slur for Italians. Spaghetti. They were called that by the Spanish journalist Alfonso Sanchez Martinez. So it was the Spanish. It was the Spanish calling the Italian spaghetti. Gotta wait. Give me 1 second. And where were they filmed in Italy? Why not just film them? Why not just film them in the actual desert of Nevada, like in the Wild West? Anyways, I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting kind of sleepy right now. So I think we've actually finished. We actually finished the leak. We actually achieved what we set out to do. The interior shots were filmed in Italy. The outdoor scenes were in Spain. Oh, okay. Hello, ℡𝕝𝕒𝕟𝓼𝓃. Hello. Very short Juwun stream. Is it now? Oh well, that's a record then. So let's see if there are people live right now. People that I can redirect to. Only the big shots are live. Excuse me. Yo, Chad, more game. I'm kind of sleepy. Maybe we can play Dune some other time. I don't really know what game to play right now. Everyone, it's only the big shots live right now, so. So we're not raiding anyone tonight. Should have Mask play the game. What game? Raid Pippa. Is Pippa live? I didn't see wait, maybe I just missed it. Why did I see Pippa? Don't tell me Pippa blocked me. I don't see a Pippa. I see BB. Oh wait, do I see BB? No, I can't raid into BB for whatever reason. I can't raid into her. If she is live, I think she is live. But I don't have the permissions to raid into her. So that is it for tonight. We did good. I think we did pretty good. We were able to finish the topic at hand. Oh, I burped again. Sorry. Can't believe it. BB is blocking me. Just kidding. I'm just not whitelisted by. Is Pippa really live? I can't believe Pippa has removed me from her whitelist. I know that Pippa was live earlier. Oh, it's a members only stream. It's a members only stream, which is why I can't raid into her. So that's why. She's doing a watch along on Twitch. Okay, that's why. Anyways, I should be able to stream more frequently now. So she isn't. I don't know. Anyway, either way, I'm not able to raid her tonight. We should be able to stream again sometime this week. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But thank you, Meso. Thank you, Fred Fake. Thank you, Count 7. Thank you, Random Burb. Thank you, Psych Lucas. Thank you, Chili Eyeshard, if you're still here. And Chuji, if you're still here. Rasalila and Lord Peace, Big Makuma. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. But that's it for tonight. Atsuan. If I remember how to end a stream. Atsuan. Mata ne. This is not working. Why are my effects not working? Atsuan Bolt Ranger! Atsu! Bye bye, Vulture. Bye bye, Kara. Thank you. Bye bye. Wow, this is a different room.